get messy.
Well, the first thing I thought was foul play because they're both dead in the house. The dog's dead, so I thought, okay, this is going to be something outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
But from what the autopsy said,
she just died from a rat virus.
Yeah, she died from a rat virus. He then passed away after her.
About a week later.
Yeah, then the dog. So
the dog that died was in a crate. So he was in a crate for a whole week or two after the death. That's the problem. So the other dogs were free and they were roaming around. So they had free access to everything.
Right.
But the dog itself that died was in the crate.
Yeah.
So when they died, they couldn't get to the dog and stuff like that. So for all you animal activists and stuff out there, that kind of goes with the why you crate. I'm assuming they created the dog for a reason though, because she was all into dogs and.
Yeah, I don't think it was any inhumane.
Obviously, it wasn't.
But
this is
Yeah, this is you gotta check on people. Sometimes it's just a phone call. Sometimes it's just
They didn't talk to many people. I don't think because they passed away for so long before anyone even found out, and it was the helpers.
Right.
So if it wasn't for the helpers, like no one would have known.
Yeah.
And they said that when they did the autopsy, he had fluids in him. He was not dehydrated, but his stomach was empty. He had no food in him. So after she died. Yeah, he was fending for himself.
Yeah.
And, these are assumptions, but his stomach was empty, so that's a fact. But that's not the whole story. Right. The other part is...
The kids. The kids want the money.
He had an $80 million estate that he left behind. Actually, he left it to his wife. Right. He left it to his wife. But his wife is no longer here. And apparently they had a clause in their wills that said... If they died less than 90 days apart, then her share would go to charity. So they're trying to donate it to charity, all $80 million. But the thing is that he had 3 kids from his first marriage, and he didn't leave them anything. And apparently his will was made from 1995. Like, he didn't leave them $1. He left them nothing. But the thing is, those 3 kids, well, not the 3 kids, one of them is now contesting the will. So my question is, does he have a right to contest the will? What do you think?
I think if he had a right to contest his will, his father wouldn't have been dead for 2 weeks and he didn't know.
That's one. But I also think if his father made his will in sound mind and he didn't leave you any of the money, he didn't want you to have it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, based on those 2 things right there, as much as Buddy wants to get his hands on it. Now, I'm not saying it in a malicious way. I don't want to say it like that. But the thing is that for me, based on those 2 things, he's not entitled to the money. I don't want to say don't deserve. He's not entitled to the money.
Well, they said that the children have inheritance rights. But do they have inheritance rights if the father chose not to leave you any inheritance?
No. Now, if he hadn't done his yet, that would be one thing.
Right.
If he hadn't stipulated what he wanted done.
All 80 million. Not 1, not 2. Not like he gave her 40 and then split the rest between the kids. Yeah. He gave her all 80.
Yeah, then I think,
knowing he had 3 kids.
You have to abide by the man's wishes.
He had 3 kids at the time that he made the will. So he knew about them.
Yeah.
And he still chose to leave them out. And apparently, throughout their life, he wasn't that close to them. He was kind of estranged. He said there were some stories that said because of his acting career and his pursuit of Hollywood, he was not home as much. So him and his kids are unfortunately not close. And so some people are saying that he should leave the money to his kids because no matter what, they're his kids. We could say he should have. We can say all we want to say, but the point is he didn't. And it was his money. So, I don't know family dynamics, and people have different situations with their kids and their family. And sometimes kids and their parents grow apart, and sometimes they don't.
Do they?
But if they grow apart and the parent chooses not to leave anything for them, you can't come back and say, no, he should have left me something. He didn't want to.
No, I think, I would even go look at the scrapbook. When was the last time Christmas? When was the last time Thanksgiving? When were these people engaging? And if they were routinely engaging with each other and spending time and this and that, then I say there's a little bit more to that. But if you can look at tremendous gaps in their interactions and then this is definitely what the man wanted. And even when people pass, you can't go, oh, well, I think this looks better. or this feels better. That's not what he wanted. And as much as I don't like it, I don't think it's the right thing to do. That has nothing to do with what he wanted. So
that's what it boils down to, right? And we don't know his relationship. He may not have. I don't want to say he didn't like them. We don't know how he felt about them.
No idea.
There's 80 million things telling me how he didn't feel. It's $80 million.
Well,
that he left his wife.
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
In his eyes, it might be because he loved them. You don't know how much $80 million can corrupt people.
Well, he could have gave him one.
Well, listen, you don't know.
What about the grandkids?
You don't know what that money does to people. So maybe, we don't know. Maybe he knows that this money is a toxic form.
Some people said that, but man, come on.
Hey, you don't know.
Some people said that. But regardless as to what it is, toxic, whatever it is, what it is, it's not theirs. And he made a choice not to leave it to them for whatever reason. So this is speaking about things like that. If a parent passes away and they have a will that specifically excludes their children, do those children have a right to come back and go to court and say, no, I want it. I am entitled to inherit it.
No.
Are you really entitled to inherit it?
No. And I think that we both say no on this. They don't.
I don't think that,
And here we go. And that's what I think leads us into our next topic.